Good afternoon. It's late afternoon here in the UK. Catania Alvin. Now, here I've got Bill Still's report up of January the 21st, and it's regarding former CIA Kevin Shipp. And it's very interesting because a number of people, and I thank you very much for posting in the comments the video that Kevin Shipp did, but Still is an extremely well-educated reporter. He created the Money Masters, if you look into his description box. So it's very interesting, and in the comments, which I don't know if are available when I have this up, but I will post them in the description box, the comment I made, which is just the first one, that actually, because of the date that Bill Barr was born, it would make him 10 years old if he was involved in the CIA at that time. So there are a number of points of which Bill Still, actually makes a note of on the time stamps, or the times as you go along the video, where obviously Kevin Shipp is completely wrong. And also I noticed that, having done quite a lot of watching Bombard's body language and also being a dancer, you understand the body perhaps more than a lot of people do. Kevin Shipp is obviously reading from a page, not even a teleprompter, and looks extremely uncertain about certain points. So I am grateful for people bringing my attention to Kevin Shipp. I don't believe him. I'm a great supporter of Bill Still and his work. I think he's extremely genuine. But all the same, thank you for bringing this information up. So here we go.
This report is brought to you by Patriot Pantry, makers of delicious, storable food you can depend on.
Okay, I'm just going to pull it forward a bit, but I think it's important that we share the videos, the advertising that they do as well.
Still reporting on the coup. Someone sent me a link to a CIA whistleblower, so-called, who didn't like Bill Barr. Unless I know you, I will not click on a link in the comments section or sent by email, so I did know this person. I did watch the video, and I am thoroughly unimpressed by Mr. Kevin Shipp. For example, at 4 minutes 23 seconds into his video, he claims that Bill Barr was helping the CIA with the Bay of Pigs operation. Even if this was true, that would be a plus mark to me, not a minus. Wouldn't kicking a communist dictator out of a country only 80 miles off our shores be something a patriotic American should support?
H.W. Bush got away with it. So William Barr is a close associate and friend of H.W. Bush, worked in his administration when he was both vice president and president. So that would mean that Barr would be there for the Bay of Pigs.
You see, look also how he's constantly looking down at his notes. He's not speaking out of his heart. He's not speaking out of knowledge that is internal.
Operation, which we know eventually led up to the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
The Bay of Pigs.
And even John F. Kennedy, I mean, even that word doesn't come out spontaneously. I mean, even us in Britain, no, it's not John F. Kennedy, it's John F. Kennedy, you know.
Invasion was the 17th of April, 1961. Barr was born May 23rd, 1950, so Barr was only 10 years old at the time. However, perhaps Barr was a secret sniper prodigy, and the CIA had recruited him out of his 4th grade classroom at Corpus Christi School on the Upper West Side of Manhattan.
I love that bit. Beautiful little addition there.
Then the next assertion Shipp makes is that he was the CIA whistleblower for the Phoenix program, which Shipp calls Operation Phoenix. At timestamp 4 minutes and 46 seconds, he says,
Of course, you all know now that I've blown the whistle on Operation Phoenix.
Now, he says, blown the whistle on Operation Phoenix. If if he's blown the whistle on Operation Phoenix, he doesn't have to look down at his notes on the word Phoenix at all, does he? Really? I mean, if he's studied Operation Phoenix, he, just like me, I'm not having to look down at my notes. I'm speaking out of my head because, it's from internal.
Where the CIA assassinated 40,000 Vietnamese citizens just because they were suspected of
And you see, just because they're suspected and he's looking down again, it's not coming out of his heart. And as Bombard Body Language would say, Mandy, her name is, his body is not singing with him.
With the Communist Party.
First of all, I know something about this, and I think those numbers are super duper exaggerated. And I have met most of the significant Vietnamese leaders during the Vietnam War period, except for President Chu. Mr. Shipp was born 6 February 1956. When he was 16, I was exposing the Phoenix program in a heated congressional race in 1972 in Virginia's 10th Congressional District, the district in which CIA headquarters is located in Langley, Virginia. So no, Shipp didn't whistleblow on this issue. He's just trying to bolster up his weak anti-CIA whistleblower credentials to those who don't know any better. At timestamp 5 minutes and 17 seconds,
he goes all the way back to Nixon's foreign policy and Henry Kissinger.
You see him constantly looking down at his notes. If he knows this, if he is whistleblowing, he's whistleblowing out of his inner knowledge, which just comes off the top of his head. All right? Not having to look at notes, which shows that he's uncertain. He doesn't know it from internal.
Including the Watergate operation.
Even with Watergate, he has to look down at the notes.
Unfortunately for Shipp, I was intimately involved in 1973 in the Watergate problem. Now, where was Barr during the Watergate scandal? The break-in to the Democrat National Headquarters in the Watergate complex right on the Potomac River was on June 17, 1972. Bill Barr had just turned 22 and was in Columbia University getting his master's degree in government and Chinese studies, from which he graduated in 1973. So how could he have been involved in the Watergate matter? Columbia University is in New York City, not Washington, D.C.
I absolutely commend Bill Still. He's a brilliant reporter. And for all the work he does, because, I mean, he knows it. So I'll put his video in the description box. Just go on a fraction more.
Then at timestamp 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Turns out that Mr. Barr is very close friends with, guess who? Robert Mueller. William Barr attended the weddings of both of Robert Mueller's daughters.
Now, I will stop here and say, what better choice than somebody who has actual very close relations or relationships or knows the internal, the people. That's a perfect choice. And Trump, in my opinion, my knowledge, has actually done that quite often. And I hear that Obama is singing like a little dicky bird. He was either in Montserrat or in Guantanamo Bay, I'm not sure which. God bless everyone. Katanya Alvin saying cheerio.